Good evening, everyone. I am on my way to some midweek football in the Northern Alliance League. Tonight, I will be taking in Hebburn Town reserves against North Shields Athletic. So, that's two teams coming into this match off the back of losses. Hebburn, having been promoted at the end of last season, have scored a solitary point so far in a 0-0 draw. As for North Shields, their fortunes have been a little more favourable. They started the season well with 2 wins. They then had 2 draws, but are, as I said, also coming in off the back of a loss to Punterland at the weekend. So both teams will feel that they've got something to prove today, or potentially put right in their mind. North Shields have scored plenty of goals, and I think it's Promise and Zumbu who's been involved in a large amount of them. Hebburn have only managed 2 so far, so they'll be looking to get their names on the score sheet a little bit more. So it's a game I'm looking forward to. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. So I'm on my way down to Hebburn now. It does involve going through the Tyne Tunnel around rush hour, so I'm leaving slightly earlier, but I will see you all down there. Okay, I've made it down to the ground. It was a smoother drive than I expected it to be, but still a little bit of congestion, so I'm glad I left early. It's about 2 years since I was last here, I'd say. Hebburn have been relegated and promoted since then. So it's good to be back. We'll see what sort of game we get. I'm hoping that both teams will be really up for it. I think both are going to want to make a statement after losing at the weekend. So we will see what we get. North Shields I last saw back in February, I think it was. I think it was a match at Westmore and Jesmond, which was played in quite cold and wet weather. So it wasn't the nicest experience, but it was a good game from what I remember. Anyway, so this will be the first time I'm seeing them this season. So it could be two very brand new teams who I don't know much about. So let's see what they've got to bring. I will check in with you after the game. I'm not going to be able to make comments during it, but I will bring you the highlights. Right, I am back after the game. It finished Hebburn Town Reserves 2, North Shields Athletic 1, and it was actually quite an enjoyable game for a neutral. There was lots of energy on both teams at times, some really quick football, and in a way, a game of two halves, I'd say. All three goals were scored in quite a similar way, with a quick ball into the box and put away by an attacker who pretty much had a one-on-one shot with the goalkeeper. So Hebburn started the better, obviously, being 2-0 up at half-time. They managed to create some really good clear-cut chances, as I said, pretty much one-on-ones, which Mitch Dixon was able to bury. So they took a 2-0 lead into half-time and certainly didn't look like a team who were yet to win this season. It doesn't mean North Shields didn't have their chances. As you can see from the highlights, they did have quite a few shots, but they weren't able to engineer chances that were quite as clear-cut as Hebburn were. So in the second half, North Shields played with a bit more energy, I'd say. They seemed to step it up a gear and got forward quite well and tested the keeper in a much more threatening manner. North Shields did get the goal back in the second half, which was put away quite nicely by Sean Jennings. Hebburn had their chances as well, some really good opportunities and some stops by the North Shields goalkeeper. So it finishes 2-1. I expect North Shields will be disappointed, obviously, as they're now winless in 4 matches, but some good football from them tonight, and they'll look to put it right. And as for Hebburn, they'll be delighted to get their first win of the season and play some really good football on the night. So, yeah, really enjoyed the game, as I said. I'll look forward to hopefully seeing both teams again this season. As always, I do urge you to get out and watch these teams involved in this league. It's a really enjoyable league. If you do want to see the full match, then please do contact the clubs. I think Hebburn have some footage as well that they may or may not be willing to share if you want to see things from a different angle. And as always, please check out their social media profiles. So thanks again for watching. I will be back with another match next week, hopefully. My next expected videos, I think, will be based around the cricket, but we will see. So again, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.